Live from our Jackson studio. Live from the Midtown Jackson studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Last Call Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as a friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Last Call Cafe on Spreaker. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right. It is another wild and ingeniously crazy edition of Last Call Cafe on Spreaker from iHeart Media. Almost said the R word. You want to try that again, guys? Thank you. I am one of the hosts, not with the most. That's coming. Steve the Baxman Baxley, let me introduce you to the rest of the fine folk here. He is, of course, the gamer's best friend, ladies and gentlemen, the host of Gamer News. I present to thee the wizard, Matthew Nichols.
What's up?
And, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, and Betty White's favorite true toy. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of Jay the Brain Man presents Wrestle Anime HUD. Coming up in the bottom of the order here on Spreaker from iHeartMedia. Thank you. He is the intergender wrestling champ of the world, the manager of superstars, and writer of great intros like the following when I say the one, the only. That'll show him. Anyway, how you doing, everybody? Thank you for putting up with our little tech issues for the past couple of days. Of course, the pay-per-view on Wednesday. We'll also talk about that a whole lot more. And I will conjecturize as to what's going to happen this Wednesday on Dynamite. You'll have to hear that on the other show. That's what's called the tease. We got a wrestling report. We got everything. We've also got gamer news. We got Harry Von Stuttgart sitting in for the vacationing. Mr. What's his name again? Franklin Pangborn. You thought I forgot, didn't you? No, I did not. Yep, Pangs is off for a couple of weeks, so we've asked our television announcer, Mr. Harry Von Stuttgart, to do the honors, and he will shortly, but right now, he's got to do one thing. Do your thing. Thank you very much, Steve. It's great to be a part of this once again. It's time for another edition of the sponsored in part still by nobody. independent, as he always is. Now, hey, Brain, what you sharing the wave with?
Just a second. Oop. What am I doing here? Mute. And mute.
Yeah, Steve, this is Gilbert Gottfried saying you couldn't even wipe my ass, let alone do a half-decent imitation of me. Okay?
And there you go.
Oh, I was actually able to hear that on my end this time.
That was the first time I heard it, Brain, and God, I love it. I love working with you guys. I mean, Pangborn can do vacation anytime. I love working with you guys when he goes on vacation. Oh, that's a Brainwave, sponsored by nobody. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart. Back to you guys for right now. Well, thank you very much, Harry. By the way, I understand you're headed to the Vatican tomorrow. Yes, I am. I'm taping. That's right. I'll be doing the rabbis thing on Wednesday, and then back with you guys next week. Okay, thank you, but you're not done here yet, so put away those suitcases. All right, it is time, after we give you a little brainwave, it's time to exercise those brains with a little bit of something we like to call gamer news. And for that, Harry, if you will. Certainly, dear boy, I sure will. It's time now for Gamer News with that gaming fiend himself, the wild one, the wizard, Matthew Nichols. Gamer News is sponsored in part by Pluto.tv. It's free, it's good, and now it's action-packed with action. What do you mean, action? It's got action movies, action series. It's dynamite, baby. And you can get it all on Pluto.tv. Drop in. It's free, especially if you love anime and gaming things like I do. I play Wizards and Warlocks once. You did? Who were you? Here's a gamer's best friend. Here's the wizard, Matthew Nichols. Why I have to work with you, I have no idea, Bex, man. You are a strange puppy. Go, Wiz.
Alright, this week on Gamer News, Nintendo had their Direct last week on Thursday, and we have some announcements. Okay, one of the announcements is a new Kirby game, and this time it's 3D. As most of you know, the Kirby games have always been 2D or 2.5D. Kirby has never had a 3D adventure until now. As we got a trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, a 3D Kirby game taking place and looks like a post-apocalyptic world, and it's going to be coming out on spring 2022. Nintendo Switch Online is getting an expansion pass to add some new content, which includes N64 games and Sega Genesis games, with more to come. We have the cast of the Mario movie that was announced. We have not seen, they didn't show us a trailer for it, but we do got a release date, which is December 21st, 2022. We had another trailer for Splatoon 3. We had a trailer for the expansion for Monster Hunter Rise called Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. We have a Chocobo kart racing game called Chocobo GP, which is a Final Fantasy kart racer. We have Castlevania Advanced Collection, which is now out, which includes Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, Castlevania Aria Sorrow, and the SNES title Castlevania Dracula X. We have a remake of a classic game called ActRaiser, Renaissance, which is going to include new and old music. We are getting announcements for an update for Animal Crossing New Horizons, finally, which is going to be a 2.0 update, which one of them, as shown in the brief trailer, the Roost is finally coming back. The Roost is finally getting into New Horizons. For those of you who don't know, the Roost is a place in the museum where you can pretty much go in to talk to a character named Brewster, and you can get some coffee. And when you leave, you can actually work for Brewster and help him out. And the Brewster has been a character in the Animal Crossing series since Animal Crossing Wild World, but he's been absent in New Horizons until now because, well, we're going to get more info on Animal Crossing Direct airing on October. There is no specific release date. And on October 5th, we're going to get a Smash Ultimate Direct to announce the final character that's coming out for Smash. And the Direct ended with a trailer, a gameplay trailer for Bayonetta 3. And that's it for this week's Gamer News.
And that's a look at Gamer News, brought to you in part by Pluto.tv. Pluto.tv. Tune in, turn on, it's free. And it includes such channels as Anything for Gamers, from Gameplay Roblox on 816, all the way down to Gameplay Call of Duty on channel 819, plus all the most famous Japanese sci-fi shows from Tokusatsu on 848. For more information, go to Pluto.tv. It's free. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart. Back to you guys. All right, thank you, Harry. What a nice clip. Yes, and it's been nice knowing you. Thank you very much for that warmth. Where did we go from here? Oh, yes, I know now where we got to go. Weird but true news. Yes, friends, it is time for us to resuscitate some weird but true news. Dateline, the United Kingdom, Britannia. He backed up his hard drive and his penis. Tell us more. Here's Walter Cronkite Jr. with some weird news. Thank you very much. A UK teen had to undergo emergency surgery after a banana's attempt to measure his manhood resulted in him getting a USB cable lodged in his urethra. The phallic fiasco reportedly began after an unnamed 15-year-old boy was, quote, triggered by sexual curiosity, end quote, Steve, did you pre-read this before you asked me to do this? Here we go. And inserted a USB wire in his urethra per a Winsworthy study published in the medical journal Urology Case Reports. The sex experiment backfired when the cable became lodged in the curious team's scrotum like an electric catheter. Despite attempts to extract it himself, the USB cord became tangled so terribly that both ends were left hanging out of his wired willy. Steady, Walter, steady. The plugged-up boy's family transported him to the hospital after he began urinating blood. After initial attempts to remove the wire failed, the teen was transferred to University College Hospital, London, to see if they could extricate the intrapenile measuring tape. Per the report, the embarrassed boy asked to speak to the doctors without his mother present, whereupon he confessed to his frightening escapade. Subsequent X-rays revealed that there were a veritable Gordian knot of USB wire inside the teenager, which required surgeons to make an incision in the region between his genitals and anus to yank it out.
Yeah.
They pulled the spooled end through the hole, first cutting it free from the rest of the wire before removing the remaining bits, literally pulling the plug. Thankfully, the boy recovered without incident and was discharged from the hospital the following day. However, he did have to undergo a follow-up scan 2 weeks later and will require monitoring in the future. He should thank his lucky stars. Inserting foreign objects in one's private parts can lead to a host of complications from urinary tract infections to urethral injuries, London andrologist Amir Rahim told the Daily Mail. It's unclear to this reporter why someone would engage in this type of evasive member measuring method, but experts say it often stems from, quote, sexual curiosity, sexual practice after intoxication, and mental disorders such as borderline schizoaffective and bipolar personality disorders, end quote. Per the study, which noted that the patient was an otherwise fit and healthy adolescent with no history of mental health disorders. Experts have also blamed sounding, a strange proclivity defined by inserting foreign bodies in one's urethra. Last month, a Randy, Michigan man was left struggling to pee after he got 6 kidney beans lodged in his urethra during a bizarre attempt at sexual gratification. Unfortunately, Rahim said phallus-filling maneuvers are becoming more common as everything is, thanks to social media, and in general the easier ways that misinformation can be spread.
Yeah. I hope this recording doesn't get blocked by YouTube.
Okay, then. Information.
Okay, you got another story there, Mr. Cronkite Jr.? Yes, I do, and this is it. Boy, howdy. He's the Mac Daddy. Donald Gorsk has nabbed the world record for most McDonald's Big Macs eaten after consuming a belly-swelling 32,340 of them. Wisconsinite Gorski, age 67, told Guinness World Records of the calorie-laden milestone, quote, "When I like something, I stick with it all the time," end quote. I drove straight to McDonald's, got my first 3 Big Macs, then got in the car and ate them. Recalled Gorski, whose eating exploits were featured in the 2004 Morgan Spurlock documentary Supersize Me. Recalled Gorski, in that moment I said, I'm going to probably eat these for the rest of my life. And it appears, end quote, and it appears he has put his money where his mouth is. Since that fateful day, the Mickey D. Diehard has been eating at least 2 of the 563-calorie nashes on a daily basis, according to Guinness. At his zenith, Gorski reportedly gobbled a whopping 9 of the double-decker burgers. Can we get rid of the commercial so I can finish the plug? Thank you. Where are we here? Here we go. No wonder there's a dumb ad in here. Can we get rid of the dumb ad? Well, I guess not. Here we go. Let's see. Drove straight to McDonald's, and I got an ad for DirecTV stream blocking most of the things. So we'll just continue like this. Despite sounding like a slothful pastime, the retired prison guard takes all his high-octane hobbies seriously, as he's kept track of every burger he's eaten since he started. Gorski has every container and receipt organized in boxes and pouches by years, and even keeps tabs on how frequently he devours them on a daily calendar, according to Guinness. I'll take over here. Naturally, a 2 Mac a day habit might seem like it would do a number on one's heart. However, his blood sugar and cholesterol remain relatively low, which the Burger King chalks up to sticking with just the Big Mac and for foregoing the fries and other grease vehicles, according to Hyperbeast. He also takes scheduled 5-mile walks around his neighborhood to maintain his health. I'm reading this as written, folks. I'm as healthy as a horse. I weigh 190 pounds. My cholesterol is 165. He told the Post in 2018, I'm better than normal. The Golden Arches enthusiast plans to update his record in the future, even joking that his sons will note how many Big Macs he's eaten up until his death so people can pinpoint the exact number it takes to, quote, kill you. Yeah. 30,000 Big Macs. Wow. And that's weird but true for this week. We're going to keep this going. Harry, I just did your job. You do yours. Well, actually, you just did Pangborn's job, which is what I'm supposed to do, but I thank you for your assistance. It's time now for the wrongdoers of the world to get what's coming to them. Yes, it's time to bring out the Belchatron 3000. Oh, excuse me, 2000. Because it's time for the Insidious Belch of the Week, presented by Scope Mouthwash. It leaves your breath minty fresh, not medicine-y. And now, coming through to the cafe, he is a General Big Jimmy Billy Bobo Schwartz, First Lieutenant Jimmy, and his cousin and his brother, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Good evening, all. Brain, how you doing?
Good.
Wizard, how you doing?
I'm doing well, just watching some live streams on Twitch.
Awesome, my friend. And speaking of Twitch, Baxman, have you gotten anything on what system you're going to do live stream with? Well, mobile-wise, I understand I can stick with what I got, so that's pretty good. But other than that, I'm thinking strongly of going with OBS.
All right, that's a good choice because that's what I use when I stream on PC.
So I'm going to go with OBS, and if I need any help, I know who to call or type or get a hold of for some ideas, some hail. Okay. By the way, how's your How's your first lieutenant and your junior lieutenant doing? How you doing, Jimmy? Yeah, I'm doing okay, sir. Very nice to be here again. Okay, and your junior lieutenant, your brother Jimmy, how you doing, son?
I am doing well, Steve the Backman Backstreet.
All right. What you got for us today, General?
Well, I got today. I'm gonna have to give tonight's belch to a person who deserves it. I mean, they all deserve it, but in this case, this neophyte totally deserves it.
Who is it? Now remember, we don't do politics here.
I know we stick to sports. And sports is what we stick to on our show, sports and entertainment, as is the rule here. So, I thought we'd give it to someone who deserves it.
You don't mean
Yep. I'm giving it to the one and only Detroit Lion Football Club.
you don't mean
Yes, I do. Somebody's got to give it to them. And after they're playing hard, but still, they seem to lose it. So, to the Detroit Lion Football Club, we get the Belches. The Belchtron 2000 ready?
Yes, sir. The Belchtron 2000's ready. Hey, Junior Lieutenant Jimmy, what did we give the Belchtron this week?
Well, we gave it some Wendy's chili, 3 triple cheeseburgers from Wendy's, with some KFC chicken, and it beats it. Oh yeah, some spicy chicken wings from KFC.
Ooh, that is pretty good. Okay, when ready, everybody clear out. Are we all clear?
Yes, sir. We're clear.
Fire! Whoa. And I thought the donkey from Doom Patrol farted and stench that wild.
Woo!
Yeah, but we got bonus builds to do, remember?
Oh yes, would you mind giving the would you mind being kind enough to give the victim
Alright. As some of you may know, Twitch has been having issues with these stupid freaking hate raid bots that's been going on, and they just won't leave us streamers alone. Like, seriously. One instance is during Kitsu Subathon stream, which was a 13-hour live stream for Subathon. And Steve, you were also here with me when it happened. Remember?
Yes, I was.
Kitsu had to deal with and ban almost 30 to 40 of these freaking Twitch hate raid bots. And I also had to ban some bots, and they're not just Haas, they also go by other names. These bot followers are just getting ridiculous, and honestly, it's still a problem, and Twitch really needs to do something about it soon.
Okay.
because we got to pretty much put our chats from a non-like to either subs only, or follows only, or emotes only. Because we gotta remember, Twitch is holding us responsible for any hate messages from these hate bots. And so we got to make sure we keep our chat safe.
That's a good idea, and we are going to give it to him. So, First Lieutenant Jimmy, what we got?
Well, sir, we filled the Belchtron with some rancid computer chips, some 3-month-old potato chips, 2-month-old guacamole, and the most stinkiest thing of all. You don't mean, yes, 2-year-old taco sauce.
Everybody back! She's going to blow. Ready? Aim! Fire! Apparently we have a call. Yes?
Hey, it's me, Louie.
Oh, hello, Louie. What's going on?
You know, me and Vinny, we were coming into work, and all of a sudden, the river here in Newark, you made it smell good.
You don't mean you felt it all the way in Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah, the stench landed in the New Jersey River, and the fish are swimming, and a few people from another job we did, they started to come up alive, and they're talking.
Oh boy. Well,
And also, the Positron 2000 is broken. Exploded. Again.
oh boy.
Are you screwing Twitch?
Guys, we'll see you next week. I think we got some cleaning up to do. See you guys next week.
Okay, thank you, General and Jimmy.
Quick, guys, let's get out of here. We gotta go to New Jersey.
I swear we're gonna send all our journalists to take that Twitch's HQ. It is full crap. So
Maybe we should have sent the Belch to, as you said, the Twitch headquarters. Well, folks, that is going to wrap it up for us on a beautiful night when this drops, and we know it's going to drop, we hope. But we thank you folks out there for listening and giving us a little try, a little laugh as we continue to get things back in order here. We got some a couple little things to get past, and then we'll get some comedy bits up. So please join us next week. Who knows what's going to happen next week? That's why we don't rehearse these things. But for the brain, for the wizard, I am the Baxman. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with BrainScan Entertainment and Wizard World Productions, because Gamer News is produced by them. We have to give them credit. In association with Spreaker from iHeartMedia. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
alright, got it recorded.